Damn.
Yeah. And then he continued to serve pretty effectively. And one historian actually wrote that all the British officers in Ireland, Percival stood out for his violent, sadistic behavior towards the IRA prisoners, suspects, and innocent civilians. Anyone he thought that was a linked to the IRA, no mercy. And he also made a uh, you know tactics that impressed Bernard Montgomery, who said that if you want to win, this is what you need to do. That you need to show the kind of ruthlessness and drive that Percival showed here. And he even compared him to Oliver Cromwell as well in terms of that ruthlessness and military doctrine. Ironic that he kind of does not use it well in Malaysia. After this, in 1924, he attends the Staff College, stays in various staff roles, and he's made a colonel in 1936. And in 1938, he's actually even posted to Malaysia for the first time. And he noticed in this visit, before the outbreak of the Second World War, that Singapore is no longer an isolated fortress and did consider the possibility of an invasion from Thailand back then. And he did conduct an appraisal as well, which was supplied to the War Office. But I don't know why it never got acted on. But before he returns to Malaysia, he is sent to the BEF as it embarks in France in 1939 to 40. And he does get command of the 43rd Wessex Infantry Division in the aftermath of Dunkirk, as Britain was scrambling to create divisions and arm itself for the possible German invasion, since invasion fever was quite high. He later gets promoted to the Assistant Chief of the Imperial General Staff at the War Office in October 1940 or so. And he does want a command role. So he's actually then given another command, and he does fortify the southern coast of England for his command stretch, which was about 60 miles or so. And in April 1941, he is promoted to the rank of an acting lieutenant general and made general officer commanding of Malaysia. And it's quite surprising that he is chosen for this job. He's not really had any great command experience at the corps level. He's only commanded up to battalions and regiments in full. And he reaches there. It takes a 15-day journey via Gibraltar, Malta, Alexandria, Marsa, Karachi, Rangoon. It's quite a journey. And he did have pretty mixed feelings about his appointment, where he said he's either going to be left in an inactive command for quite a few years, or his men are not in shape, and if the Japanese attack early, we are doomed. And as we discussed in our first episode, the British plan was to hold the line in northern Malaysia and wait for reinforcements, especially sent from the Royal Navy, which was the Post Z. He did try to start training his men, the 80 or so battalions that he had of British Indian infantry. And it was a task that was made quite harder for him, where a lot of his experienced officers actually being removed from his command to be sent to India, where the British Indian Army was expanding rapidly and they needed to dilute the officer pool so that their experience is spread more. And as we will see, his command decisions throughout the battle were quite questionable. He did not really seem to be someone that really had full respect or authority of his subordinates, and dithered quite often with his decisions.
All right, I'm gonna pull up a new map. This is the most detailed one, probably the one I'll use for most of this. It's definitely the best that I have.
Wow,
But
that is quite detailed.
yeah, yeah, it's necessary. It's kind of complicated, all the areas.